For the past 5 years, we've been pursuing the renovation of Amigo Row. Our desire to invest in the space is motivated primarily by the incredible fruit we were seeing in our youth ministry. Also, the life that was happening in our young adults through our Gap Year program. We are also motivated by a wave of 4 to 11-year-olds who are coming through our ranks and being discipled at Radiant. A demographic tidal wave is coming. Our youth will soon crest into young adulthood, shaping our church and our community. Plans for the space were first designed and drafted in 2019. And then, I don't know what happened in 2020. The Assyrian Empire, but I'm sure it was significant. After the pandemic, the prices of construction were really high. And then the materials that were needed were hard to come by. And so we've waited, and as we've waited, the price of construction has fallen, and our desires to utilize this space and really the need for this space has risen. Now more than ever, Amigo Row is central to the ministry that happens here at Radiant Church. It blesses not only our congregation, it's a blessing to our city. Now's the time to revive Amigo Row. We want to remodel Amigo Row because we in many ways have to remodel Amigo Row. We explored leasing or renting maybe a property that surrounds us to facilitate the life that's going on in our church. But after consulting financial and real estate professionals, it seems what's best is to invest in something that we own. So we want to make this a safe space. Part of the reason that the windows are boarded up is because someone crashed through the window while riding a bike and suffered really serious injuries because of the old glass. So we need essential electrical upgrades, structural reinforcement, fire sprinklers. The dominant motivation of this project is bringing Amigo Row up to code and ensuring the longevity of the property that we own. We want to keep this building. We desire to have presence downtown, and we want to do our part in seeing East Main Street revived. We want the space to be usable and comfortable. Currently, there's no air conditioning in the building, which makes it unusable certain months and at certain times in the day. We also want ADA restrooms for the men and for the women, not just a single stall downstairs. So we're gonna gain some flex office space. We're real excited about that. A couple of our staff members utilize the nursing mom's room for their office currently. We're also gonna gain some more private counseling space. In our current offices, it can be really difficult to have a sensitive conversation. Youth will meet here on Wednesday nights. Gap Year meets here Monday through Thursday. When we host a funeral or a wedding in our sanctuary, it's actually Amigo Row that becomes the place for the reception that follows the service. Our PACs that meet in the morning and meet in the evening will utilize this space. We'll host classes that equip the church in here. We have an amazing space for 300, and we have cool classrooms where 30 people can gather. But as a church, we find ourselves consistently needing a space for around 100 people, and Amigo Row is that space. We're maybe most excited about the outreach opportunities that come with having a space on Main Street. Young Life has asked to utilize the space. We've long dreamed about a Thursday night service that would collide with the nightlife on East Main. We'll start an Alpha from Amigo Row, which is a program that introduces people to the foundations of the Christian faith. We host concerts that connect us to the wider community. Visalia Unified School District uses the space for classes, and we've also hosted Hope for the Journey, which equips parents and educators and equips the community to care for children who are from foster care, orphanages, or adopted. We don't want a building on Main Street that is boarded up. We want to be the city on a hill that Jesus desires us to be. And we feel like a new facade, a new entrance, and a new presence on Main Street is going to help us accomplish that. The remodel and construction of Amigo Row is going to take 6 to 9 months, and we're going to start in November. In order to achieve our goals and bring the space up to code, we've got to raise a little less than $977,000. We'll be raising these funds for the next year, and we have a number of ways that people are going to participate, and we'll explain those. Not everyone's going to give the same amount, but we are asking that everyone participate, and we are asking that everyone make sacrifices in order to sow into our future together. During the remodel process, Radiant Church is going to turn 20 years old. And for the last 20 years, we've consistently been led by a prophecy in Isaiah 61. And you might know or recognize Isaiah 61 because it's the passage that Jesus quotes when he starts his ministry in Luke 4. And every step of the way, we kind of consistently come back to this text, and it seems to direct our steps. And as we've been going through this process of trying to figure out, should we renovate? When should we renovate? We keep coming back to this, and I just want to read Isaiah 61 to you. The Spirit of the Sovereign Lord is on me, because the Lord has anointed me to proclaim good news to the poor. He sent me to bind up the brokenhearted, to proclaim freedom for the captives and release from darkness for the prisoners, to proclaim the year of the Lord's favor and the day of vengeance of our God, to comfort all who mourn and provide for those who grieve in Zion, to bestow on them a crown of beauty instead of ashes, the oil of joy instead of mourning, and a garment of praise instead of a spirit of despair. They will be called oaks of righteousness, a planting of the Lord for the display of his splendor. They will rebuild the ancient ruins and restore the places long devastated. They will renew the ruined cities that have been devastated for generations. Instead of your shame, you'll receive a double portion, and instead of disgrace, you'll rejoice in your inheritance. And so you will inherit a double portion in your land, and everlasting joy will be yours. For I, the Lord, love justice. I hate robbery and wrongdoing. In my faithfulness, I will reward my people and make an everlasting covenant with them. Their descendants will be known among the nations, and their offspring among the peoples. All who see them will acknowledge that they are the people the Lord has blessed.